Welcome again to Back to the Past. Now, in this episode, I'm not going nearly back to 1850, but I am going back to the mid-1970s. I decided that it was time to spend a little less time working and a little more time enjoying myself. And fishing is something I've always enjoyed doing, so that's kind of what I'm getting prepared to do. Now, this aluminum boat I actually purchased back in 1974. My dad and I bought it together. It had an outboard motor. It had the trailer that it still sits on now. And it's seen the test of time. It hasn't been used in 31 years, I think. So it's just been sitting out in the field collecting dust and cobwebs and such. And there are some things that need repair. The aluminum hull itself is in pretty decent shape. There's some scratches and nicks in it, but other than that, it's in pretty good shape. Anything that was wood is pretty much trash. Now, I did use a good marine grade plywood on the hull, so that probably will be just fine to leave it just like it is. But all the other wood is going to need, the oars need refinishing, the seats need completely replaced. Now, this happened a long time ago too, and when I was in business for myself, probably 25 years ago, I bought a sheet of very expensive 3/4 inch form plywood that essentially has a plastic coating on both sides, and that's what I'm going to be using to repair these seats. The old boat seats were 13 inches wide. I'm going to make these just a little wider at 14 inches. That takes care of the width of the three main bench seats. The front seat is actually triangular and it is cut to fit the hull, so it'll have two curved sides on it. I'm going to go ahead and pull the old one, since it fit pretty well, and use it for a pattern. Sandblasting is something that to me ranks second only to putting in fiberglass bad insulation as to the worst jobs in my life. Got clean clothes on, I'm ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and wipe the whole thing down with acetone, and then I will do some caulking on all of the riveted seams and some of the rivets. I bought a gallon of paint made especially for aluminum boat bottoms. I'm going to go ahead and give this a couple of coats. I'll probably just roll or brush on a couple coats today. Then I really want to wait 3 or 4 days, maybe a week, take this thing out on the water and then mark the water level. I'll mark maybe 2 or 3 inches above water level, and I'll go ahead and spray on a couple more coats at that time that goes up to that level. I have all the parts pulled off of the trailer now. I've got it all ground down. The rust, or biggest part of the rust, is removed, and it's ready for painting. We'll get back to it once I got the first coat on. I ended up going ahead and putting on 2 coats of the epoxy paint. And since it was a 2-part epoxy, I was really kind of scrambling to get what I had mixed up used before it went bad on me. So sorry, I didn't have time to record any of it. But this is what it is. It's a dark beige on the trailer. I'm ready to do some reassembly. I've already put the tires back on it, and I've put the lights back on it. I've got the center rollers to put back on. The 2 side guides I'm going to rebuild, and then I'll put those back on. And then fenders, I took off one fender, you can see over there. It's in pretty rusty, ratty shape. But the other one had been damaged and lost, I don't know, sometime in the past while it was not in use. I have no idea how it happened, but it did. So anyway, I've got new fenders, and I need to get those welded up and then have them put on. And then I'll go get those painted, and then I'm hoping by probably Thursday to have the boat ready to put in the water. With the exception of the new wheel wells that I need to build yet, I think I've got the trailer pretty well finished. All the brackets will have to be adjusted once I get the boat onto it. We'll see what that looks like. I went ahead and put the final coat of paint on the floor of the boat. Because epoxy is so doggone slippery, especially when wet, I went ahead and used the paint flakes like you'd use on a garage floor to keep it from being slippery. And I sanded down and finished the oars. I love how old wood looks when it's been refinished. Alrighty, I have given the boat about 8 cubic feet of flotation below the seats, which should end up giving me close to 500 pounds worth of flotation, which is double what the boat weighs, so technically this thing should never sink.